Hello all and welcome to session 34 of Direct Tax 2, 4th semester BCom of Mangalore University. In this particular session, we are going to learn to solve problems on short-term capital gain and long-term capital gain. In the previous session, we had learnt the format of computation of both short-term and long-term capital gain. In this session, we will solve and we will study the application of those format. Let's look at the first problem. Ben purchases a house property on 19th June 2017 for rupees 15 lakh and spent rupees 2,50,000 on its improvement in the year 1819. On 1st June 2019, he sells this property for rupees 27 lakh and incurs 1% as selling expenses. Find capital gain. Now, in this particular problem, we are given with the basic point as to when the property was purchased. So, I'll just make a note. I will record here. Property purchased on 19th of June 2017. And the property is sold on 1st of June 19. So, property sold on 1st of June 2019. So, 1st of June 2019. So, 19th of June 2017 the property was purchased and it was sold on 1st of June 2019. Meaning to say 24 months is not completed. So, this particular property is a short-term capital asset. Since the period of holding is less than 24 months. Period of holding is less than 24 months. So, 19th of June this property was purchased, that is in 2017, but it is sold on 1st of June 2019. So, you can see 24 months are not completed. So, since the period of holding of this property is less than 24 months, this asset will be treated as short-term capital asset. It will be short-term capital asset because the period of holding is less than 24 months. So, I record the format now. I record over here computation of short-term capital gain. Computation of short-term capital gain. So, I prepare say two amount columns. I will prepare a slightly bigger amount column. So, I will prepare two amount columns. I take sale consideration as the starting point. On 1st of June 2019, he sells this property for rupees 27 lakh. So, I record over here sale consideration. Sale consideration. So, sale consideration of the property is 27 lakh. So, I record 27 lakh in the outer amount column. Outer amount column. Then we are given and incurs 1% as selling expenses. So, I record over here less selling expenses. And selling expenses is given. It is 1% of the sale value always. So, 1% of selling expenses is given. So, 1% is a selling expense and this 1% will be calculated on the sale consideration. So, 1% of 27 lakh works out to 27,000. So, 27,000 is selling expenses. Now, since this property is a short-term capital asset, we will simply be taking the cost of acquisition. So, I record over here cost of acquisition. And cost of acquisition is given. It was purchased on 19th of June 17 for rupees 15 lakh. So, I record 15 lakh in the inner amount column. Then, and spent rupees 2,50,000 on its improvement in the year 1819. So, next amount would be cost of improvement. Cost of improvement. Now, cost of improvement amount, again indexation is not there because it's a short-term capital asset. And cost of improvement amount is around 2,50,000. That's all. So total amount to be deducted is 17 lakh 77,000. So 17 lakh 77,000 would be the value. So the amount deducted value would be 9 lakh 23,000. And this 9 lakh 23,000 will be taxable short-term capital gain. Will be taxable short-term capital gain. We know very clearly from short-term capital asset, the resultant gain or loss will always be short-term. So we have short-term capital gain. I hope this problem is clear. So when we are solving problem on a short-term capital asset, we take only the cost of acquisition and we take the cost of improvement. That's all. Let's move to the second problem. So I record over here solution. So let's understand the second problem. Rolf purchased a house property on 1st of April 2012 for rupees 17,50,000 and incurred rupees 1,45,000 on its improvement on 18th September 2017. On 23rd January 2020, he sells this property for rupees 75,50,000 and incurs 2% as selling expenses. Find taxable capital gain. And we are also given with the cost inflation index. Cost inflation index of the year 12-13 is 200. Then we have cost inflation index of the year 17-18, which is 272. And obviously for the year 19-20, it is around 289. So we are supposed to calculate taxable capital gain. So first we will find out whether this house property or asset is a short-term or a long-term capital asset. So I record note, property purchased on. So purchase date of this property is 1st of April 2012. And property is sold on 23rd January 2020. Property sold on 20th January 2020, 23rd January 2020. So definitely this property is used for property is owned for more than 24 months. So this asset is going to be long-term capital asset since the period of holding is more than 24 months. Since the period of holding is more than 24 months, this property is a long-term capital asset. So let's begin with the format. I will just record it here. I record computation of long-term capital gain. Computation of long-term capital gain. So I'll be taking two amount columns. Computation of long-term capital gain. Now as usual, the starting point is sale consideration. Sale consideration. Sale consideration. Now sale consideration is given. On 23rd of January 2020, he sells this property for rupees 75,50,000. 75,50,000 is the value. And from the sale consideration, we deduct selling expenses. And it's given very clearly in the problem. The selling expenses is 2%. And this 2% will always be calculated on the sale value. So 75,50,000 into 2%. So it would be 75,500 plus 75,500. So that would be 1,51,000. So 1,51,000 would be the selling expenses. Now, since we are talking about long-term capital gain, we are not going to take just cost of acquisition. We are going to take index cost of acquisition. Now, how do you calculate the index cost of acquisition? Now, over here the formula will be cost of acquisition into CII of the year of transfer. That is in which year you are selling this property, and that is 1920, CII of 1920 divided by cost inflation index of the year of acquisition or the year of purchase. So this property was purchased on 1st of April 2012, and on 1st of April 2012 the CII for it will be 1213, previous year 1213. So previous year 1213. Now cost of acquisition is, he purchased the house property for 17,50,000. So I record 17,50,000 into CII of 1920 as given in the problem is 289 divided by CII of 1213. CII of 1213 is 200. Of 1213 is 200. So when we calculate this number, that is 17,50,000 divided by 200 into 289, we arrive at 25,28,750. So you can calculate that. 17,50,000 into 289, which is CII of 1920, and divided by CII of 1213, which is 200. That is 25,28,750. So this is indexation. Indexation is basically done because this 17,50,000 was paid on 1213. If the same property had to be purchased today, how much amount would have been paid? So based on indexation, we calculate the same 17,50,000 8 years ago is now 25,28,750. So indexation factor is given. So taking CII, we can calculate this. Next, we talk about index cost of improvement. Index cost of improvement. Now, how do we calculate index cost of improvement? We take cost of improvement into CII of the year of transfer, which will remain same, that is 1920, divided by CII in the year in which improvement took place. Now we'll have to read the problem. And incurred rupees 1,45,000 on its improvement on 18th September 2017. 18th September 2017 is previous year 1718, and the CII of 1718 is, I will just record that, CII of, that is 2017-18. 18 September 17 is previous year 1718. Cost of improvement is given, it is 1,45,000 into 289. See, as I said, the numerator will remain same because it is the year in which transfer happened, that is current previous year 289, and CII of 1718 as given in the problem is 272. 272. So 1,45,000 into 289 divided by 272 would give you 1,54,063. So you can calculate that. You get 1,54,063. So we'll have to add up all these numbers and we will have to deduct it from 75,50,000. So let's add up. We will get 3, 6 plus 5 is 11. So 1, 8. So this is 8. Then we have 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. So 3, 1. That will be 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 13. So again 3, 1, 2, 7, 8. So you get 28,33,813. 28,33,813. So 25, 26, 27. 28 lakh. 28 lakh 20, 28, 32, 33. 33. So it will be 1, 5 plus 3, sorry, not 1, this is 063, yes. So it will be 750 plus 63, 813, that's correct. So from 75,50,000, we need to deduct 28,33,813. So it would be 50 minus 13 is 33 is 16,187. And here it is 75 minus 28 is 30, 45, 46, 47. So this number would be 47,16,187, and this would be therefore taxable long-term capital gain. Since this is a long-term capital asset. It was held for more than 24 months. So the gain will also be long-term capital gain. So let's go through this particular problem quickly. Sale consideration is given. Selling expenses is given as a percentage, 2%. And selling expenses is always calculated at the given percentage on the sale consideration. So 75,50,000 into 2% will be 1,51,000. Now since this is a long-term capital asset, we are going to index the cost of acquisition. And index cost of acquisition, how do we calculate? We take cost of acquisition into CII, cost inflation index of the year of transfer, divided by cost inflation index of the year in which the property was acquired. The property was acquired on 1st of April 12. So this is previous year 12-13. And the CII for 12-13 is given, it is 200. And CII of 1920 is 289. So when we calculate, we get 25,28,750. So the idea of indexation is to bring this value to its current price by using the CII. Then we deduct index cost of improvement. We take cost of improvement into CII of the year of transfer divided by CII of the year in which the improvement took place. Now cost of improvement value is 1,45,000, CII of 1920 is 289 and CII of 1718 given in the problem is 272. So when you calculate, you get 1,54,063. So selling expenses, index cost of acquisition, index cost of improvement. When you add up all together, you get 28,33,813 and we deduct this value less. We deduct this value from sale consideration, we arrive at 47,16,187. And since this is a long-term capital asset, the gain would be taxable long-term capital gain. So this is about session 34. I hope both the problems, problem on calculation of short-term capital gain and problem on long-term capital gain is clear. Thank you.